The following may upset you. It may even shock you.
Hi. I'm in there somewhere. Welcome. It's another, what is this? Storytime with Uncle Punky. I was stuck on Storytime Adventures. I was thinking about something else before we even went on the air. It's me. I'm back. Uncle Punky. With stories about pop culture and nostalgia and the things of the like. And, we've gone through a good list in our season of the show. And I thank everybody for hanging out and joining me and, letting me do this when you watch it. We're going to talk today, I'm thinking, well, you know, it's summertime. People take road trips. And it's important to get out. It's important to see things, especially in your own country. If you can get out to another country, you know, go visit it. Australia, be careful. We've been watching a lot of the murder porn. Space Wife and I, with me today, of course. Space Wife. Hi, Space Wife. There she is. Okay. We've been watching a lot of the murder mysteries and the like. Crime stories, true crimes. And we discovered Amazon has a good batch of them, and they have Australia. Australia is a deadly place, not just because of the creatures that dwell there, but the human creatures that dwell there are also terrifying animals. So go in pairs.
There's a lot more serial killers in Australia than I thought.
Yeah, it's an unprecedented amount. So if you get a chance, check that out on Amazon. There's a bunch of cool ones. So we're going to talk about, well, no, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about travel, I guess, and roadside attractions, because we like to get out when we can. We went down to Joliet, and we saw cool things amongst our town, pop culture things that were there.
Which was along Route 66.
It was, right there on Route 66, which is cool, and that, of course, runs through America, and there's all kinds of things to see in America, and we're going to cover most of them if you're out traveling this summer. Because what else are you going to be doing? You could be buying a Kia at Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Let's not.
Well, if you get one, I think they usually throw in one, and then you can get that extended insurance, that warranty, so you stop getting the phone calls. I got it worked out. All thanks to Summit Place Kia.
True.
All right,
Don't buy a Kia.
Can we get them as a sponsor now? That'd be great. We have a lot of people to thank. We'll get to that as the show progresses. But first, as always, birthdays. It's birthday time for a lot of people. In July 7th, 1940, Sir Ringo Starr was born. English singer-songwriter, drummer, and actor. The last two, that's still up for debate, I suppose. Which way am I supposed to go? There's the box there. Okay, this way. 1966, the very hilarious Jim Gaffigan, American actor, producer. I got the clicker. Actor, producer, and screenwriter. I forgot how the show works.
Do you want me to click it?
It's been a couple weeks. No, we've had a lot of things going on. I gave you the option to click it, and you opted out.
Now you're
See?
stumbling.
No, this
Drop
is where
the ball
we're at
again.
now. July 8th, we had Hugo Boss, German fashion designer. Look how fashionable he is.
He designed Nazi uniforms.
Oh. Well, now I don't know how I feel about this. He founded Hugo Boss, which I guess is important. They got the likes of what? Like the Ryan Reynolds and the Hugh Jackmans and the handsome actor guys who do stuff about watches on boats. I saw an ad for something. I don't know what it was. 1944, the great Jeffrey Tambor, American actor, singer. He's fantastic, and he's weird. Yeah, lovely voice.
Oh.
Yeah. He was in Arrested Development, I guess more recently. No, he was in the one more recently. He was in Drag. It was like called Transparent, where he was, I think, a parent who was going trans. I don't know what it was.
Miss Doubtfire?
Yeah, it's like a sequel to Mrs. Doubtfire, pretty much. Yeah. So Jeffrey Tambor, 1949, Wolfgang Puck. He's the Austrian-American chef, restaurateur, and entrepreneur. That's not how you spell restaurateur. I just want to make a note.
Tell Wiki.
Just want to make a note. Oh, thanks, Wiki. They don't know how to spell either. Yeah, leave it to the American public to
Or
give
is
you your
that,
factual
is that
information.
like a hybrid word where it's a new term
Restaurateur.
for somebody that opens restaurants?
Yeah. 1951, Angelica Houston, American actress and director. Of course, she played Morticia Addams in Addams Family, which was golden and awesome. She was in a few other things.
Mrs. Tenenbaum.
Was she in Mrs.? She
She
was
was
in Royal
Mrs.
Tenenbaums.
she was
Yeah,
Mrs.
that's
Tenenbaum.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Lonesome Dove.
Oh, see,
I
you
love
you
Lonesome Dove.
guys, you and your family, you guys watched a lot of Lonesome Dove. I didn't do that. We had Little House on the Prairie and Little House on the Prairie. I think that was it. That was our big
Dallas.
Stairway to Heaven, Highway to Heaven. Yeah, Highway to Heaven. What was it? Touched by an Uncle. Touched by an Angel. That was what it was. 1958, also on the 8th. World's Greatest Avenger, Kevin Bacon. He's true. He saved the world many times, I guess, maybe. American actor and musician, Bacon Brothers, which is
dance.
yeah, and he can dance. He gets footloose. Everybody got footloose. 1970, Beck, like Cher, just Beck, American singer, songwriter, producer. He's got a nice track that he did with Chemical Brothers.
Why does he look like Michael Cera in that picture?
He does, yeah. He was the early prototype for Michael Cera. July 9th, 1938, Brian Dennehy, American
Brian
actor.
Dennehy.
I watched the movie FX. I like the movie FX. FX and FX2. Brian Dennehy is in both of those. Actually, I was on a streak of movies after you fall asleep that I watched, like the weird stuff. I don't know if it's not
Oh my.
that. It's not that weird. It's like random 80s action and just stupid shit I know she won't watch. So, Brian Dennehy just happened to make the series of appearances and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah,
Rambo First Blood.
he was in Rambo. Yeah, he was the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yep. 1942, another legend, Richard Roundtree, American actor. A lot of blaxploitation stuff, Richard Roundtree.
Fired, Joe.
Technical difficulties. That's why Joe, he's been moved to Google. Yeah, and of course he was Shaft. Like it's blaxploitation. I was getting to it before I was distracted by loud noises. 1947, another murderer, O.J. Simpson, American football player, actor. It doesn't even say murderer on here. I guess I ad-libbed that.
Hey, he
I'm
was
sorry.
acquitted.
He was acquitted because the glove didn't fit, so he must acquit. Right. Of course, he was in Naked Gun movies, which was hysterical. He's fantastic in those.
Oh, I love
Who
watching
knew?
him get hurt in that.
Who knew at the time? Yeah, right.
Rolling
it's kind
around
of
in
like
that gurney.
karma at
You
the time.
liked the bandage.
He did. He did. Chris Cooper, 1951. He was born. American actor. Has been in just all sorts of things, everything.
Muppet movie.
Muppet movie, yeah. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. Yeah, he was so just plain. It was ridiculous. But he can sing. He sang in that. He
Oh,
did
yeah,
a little
he
rap.
rapped.
He rapped in the Muppets, yeah. Jimmy Smits, 1955, American actor, producer. Of course, he's Organa's dad. Leia Organa's, well, adopted father. Whatever. Not Anakin, because
You know who?
we
her
yeah,
father
right,
is.
exactly. But Jimmy Smits. I know he was on the, wasn't he on,
He showed up on Dexter.
yeah, he should, on Dexter,
NYPD Blue.
and what,
He was
yeah,
on
right.
West Wing.
West Wing. Yeah, he's got quite the TV history going on. His IMDb. Maybe Walker, Texas Ranger, because everybody wound up on that
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point. America's New Dad, Tom Hanks. He really is. America's dad. American actor, director, producer, screenwriter. If you watch any of his interviews, he's just dad jokes. He's just like somebody's dad. That's all he is at this point. But his movies are great. I mean,
I love his
they
interaction.
span. I do
Fans
like a
and
lot of
stuff
his
at random
movies.
places.
When he was doing comedy in the 80s, it was fantastic. Then he moved into
Splash.
Splash
I
and
love Splash.
Big and The Man with One Red Shoe, which is great. Bachelor Party?
Bachelor Party.
Bachelor Party. I think it was Bachelor Party. I don't know. They replaced him in the second one
Yeah.
because that's what they did with sequels back then. 1957, Kelly McGillis, American actress of Top Gun fame.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. She does not look like she did many, many moons ago.
Take my breath away.
Oh, you mean 30 years ago?
Yeah, 30 years ago. Kevin Nash, 1959, American wrestler and actor. He was in that Punisher movie. He
Grandma's
played
Boy?
Shredder in the Ninja Turtles. Super Shredder. He was Super Shredder in the Ninja Turtles.
Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy, yep. He was one of the movers. You're smoking lamp. You forgot your smoking lamp. Smash. Of course, part of the, NWO and early WWE and all that stuff. And he's got it around. He's a big dude.
He is
I met him
like
once
a big
before.
dude.
He's super, super nice. Super, super tall, though. I mean, he's like frighteningly to stand next to. I mean, I barely come to his chest, and I'm, 6'1"? It's ridiculous. 1964, American singer, songwriter, guitarist, actress. You know her as Courtney Love. America knows her as, Courtney Love.
Shut your mouth.
Kurt Cobain's ex-wife, widow,
Former wife.
widower.
Widow.
I didn't go there. I didn't say it because I know better. I got to go home with her. You guys don't.
I'm a big Hole fan, and they like to rub
I
that in my
don't
face.
have a
that-
problem with early Hole. I have a problem with the Hole after the fact. Right? Yeah. I'm not. It's a road we're not going down. I can do a whole show on it, actually.
A whole show.
A whole show. 1975. Jack White. Heyo. Jack White, American singer-songwriter, guitarist, producer. Of course, one half of the White Stripes, literally, because there's only two of them. Him and his, it was a sister that he claimed to begin with, but turns out they were married and then just divorced and hung out. Anyways, strange people. From Detroit. 1976, young Fred Savage. Of course, from the Wonder Years, more currently Deadpool, to the clean cut edition where he kidnaps them and then forces them to read bedtime stories. A lot like the movie
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, thank you. And of course, he was in The Wizard, which is a fantastic homage to Nintendo. It's a Nintendo movie for the most part. On the 10th, this isn't our oldest. No, this is 1839. Adolphus Busch, German brewer, co-founder of Anheuser-Busch.
It's a brilliant set of facial hair he's
Yeah,
got.
of course. That's what they did back in the
I hope
30s.
to emulate that soon.
Do you? Is that what you're shooting for, Chuck?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I wish you the best.
Talk to Andy.
1856.
Andy's got all the products.
Yeah, he really does. He's got a lot of product for a dude. Nikola Tesla, Siberian-American physicist, engineer, died in 1943. Gave us so much.
A poor, sad
Alternating
poor
current.
man.
Alternating
Electricity
currents,
the way
right.
we know it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. He helped harness the electricity as we know it. Who else do we got? 1921, Harvey Ball, American illustrator. He created the smiley face. He is the guy who gave us that everywhere, especially in the 70s. I got one on my arm. I got one. I got some of his artwork on me, technically. Any child who can draw a circle and a smiley face is
That's the first
an
thing you learn how to
illustrator.
draw.
That is the first thing you learn how to draw, and thanks to that guy who copyrighted it, marketed it.
Why did it have to be yellow? Just horrible color.
You can choose your own now. It's a free world.
I
You
get
can do
that,
what you
but-
need. 1921, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, American activist, co-founded the Special Olympics. She's one of the Kennedy Shrivers that Chris Pratt just married into. All of them and the Schwarzeneggers and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Shriver, like Maria Shriver.
like Maria. Yeah,
Got it.
check,
Mhm.
copy that.
Okay.
1942. All right. Ronnie James Dio, American singer-songwriter. Oh wait, that's
and the
more.
creator of the horns.
And the
he
creator of
claimed.
the, yeah, he
Or
marketed
his
that.
grandma.
Right.
His grandma
And
did it.
producer. Died in 2010. Just had a, it's been playing a lot on the radio. Going through the radio. Yeah, right. Yeah, thanks. I heard that. 1945, Ron Glass, American actor. He was the grandpa in Cosby Show. And then he was in a few other things randomly about there.
And then-
1947, Arlo Guthrie, American singer, songwriter, producer, and actor. I don't remember seeing him act in
Another
anything,
sexy
but
sax.
Yeah, another sexy sax player. 1949, Greg Kihn of the Greg Kihn Band, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist. What was this we were talking about just the other day? What was the song?
They don't write like that anymore?
They don't write like that anymore. No, he's got a couple
I
other
know
ones
what
that
you're
I really
It's
like.
not
Anyway,
a song
okay.
I like.
The Tick, Peter Serafinowicz, born 1972, English
Aw,
actor.
Rip.
And of course from Shaun of the Dead.
Pete.
Pete! I told you to close the door! 1976, the original Aquaman, which I don't get that. I didn't watch that show. Adrian Grenier, American actor, producer, and screenwriter. He was, the Entourage?
He was an Entourage.
And it's
as
something
the
about-
actor.
He wanted to be Aquaman or something?
He was Aquaman.
Okay, I
In
can't.
a James Cameron movie.
Okay.
It was great.
Oh, alright. That no one ever saw and never
Nope,
actually came.
Never heard of it.
Alright.
It wasn't real.
Alright. On the 11th, 1899, Suckett E.B. White, American essayist and journalist. Died in 1985. I get that reference thanks to Rick and Morty. As my look at, I even got my road tripping shirt. All appropriate
I
for
see
today.
what
Yeah.
you did there.
See what I did there? Yul Brynner, 1920, Russian actor and dancer. He was in The King and I, and Magnificent Seven. No, well, he was in a cowboy one too. Something. He always looked like that.
He's Ramses in
Ramses. Yeah.
Ten Commandments.
Yep. Thank you. 1943, Tom Holland.
That's not my Tom
That's not
Holland.
your Tom Holland. This is American actor, director, and screenwriter Tom Holland. Another one. He's just not young in Spider-Man. On the 12th, 100 BC. This is our record now?
Yep.
This is it. Okay, Julius Caesar, Roman politician in general.
And huge cock.
I don't know much about his
He was
anatomy.
born
I
on
mean,
the
maybe.
12th
But...
or the 13th.
Right.
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
It works as a pretty good knife holder too.
But see, there wouldn't be a July from to be born in.
Et tu, Brute. Yeah, July. Yeah. Or Caesar salads, as we know them. Okay. 1884, Louis B. Mayer, Russian-born American film producer, co-founded Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM. Yep, he is one half of those dirty old men that were around in the 50s. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yep, 1937, another part of the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby. American actor, comedian, producer, screenwriter, drink mixologist. Sorry, that was a bad
Not
one.
funny.
Now prisoner, I guess. Old man, pudding aficionado. 1977, Brock Lesnar, American mixed martial artist and wrestler. He is big. He tried to do this backflip off a cage, broke his neck. You remember that? We saw that. That was
Well, it
messed
wasn't
up.
off a cage. It was off the side of the
The
turnbuckle.
turnbuckle, yeah, but he landed weird and just
Yeah.
like compressed his
Man,
head
it's
into his
preventable.
shoulders, which he doesn't have much of anyways. Look at this
Like,
guy.
was it like a celebratory back?
No, he was trying to land.
Was
on
it
the
during
dude.
a show?
Yeah,
During
yeah,
a
it was
WWE
during
match.
yeah, and then he
Oh.
finished it, and he just kind of strolled on out, and they're like, oh yeah, he's out for a while. Yeah, he messed up his neck. Oh, Stone Cold broke his neck during a match, and oh yeah, those guys, that's brutal. 1978, the original Venom, Topher Grace,
No.
American actor, ruined Spider-Man 3. He was great on the 70s show.
They all ruined.
He was a
Spider-Man.
great Eric Foreman. He never got that foot in his ass.
I hated that
Never
show.
got the foot in his ass. I didn't mind it. I like that show. It's just a bunch of kids sitting around
You
getting
know how I
stoned in a
feel about
basement.
laugh tracks.
I know, but
Don't tell
still,
me when I should laugh.
people getting stoned in a basement kind of reflects on my life. 1978, Michelle Rodriguez, American actress. That's such a, not a good picture. That's she was in Resident Evil and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Fast and the Furious and all those and yeah. Sir Patrick Stewart, born in 1940 on the 13th, English actor, director, producer, Professor X. Also, what else?
He's like Marvel royalty at this
Uh,
point.
Your Picard, which he's coming back with a new show, Star Trek Picard, where he has a dog now, so that's nice. He doesn't have a ship or a crew, but he's got a dog, so that's great.
Another one had
Harrison
Magneto.
Ford, born in 1942, American actor and producer, finger wagger. He's good.
my wife?
Get off my plane! Of course, Han Solo, Indiana Jones. It's just iconic characters. The President. I mean,
Blade Runner.
he's done it all. Blade Runner, sci-fi, action
More Indiana
adventures, and
Jones.
more Indiana Jones, and finally killed off Han Solo.
Oh,
Yeah, it's getting up there. I like the earring. No, I don't like the earring. I don't think I like the earring. Cheech, born in 1946, American actor and comedian. One half, of course, Cheech and Chong. Beloved stoners. Yeah, they really are beloved
they
stoners.
kind of brought pot smoking into the.
They were into mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really gave it to society, and of course they still work towards, well, I know Chong works hard towards a lot of the legalities of marijuana, even though he suffered like the most out of the duo. Anyways, Kenny Johnson, born 1963. What?
No.
Cameron Crowe, I'm sorry, born in 1957. I skipped a line. American director, producer, and screenwriter. He gave us a lot of our classics of the 80s. Cameron Crowe. What else? He gave us that one about Rolling Stone and the
Almost famous.
Almost Famous. Thank you. Yeah. He did that one and some other ones.
Yeah,
Kenny Johnson. Here we go. 1963 American actor, producer, and model. He's got a weird face. I don't like it. Who died? Who died? Do we got deaths on the list?
Who died.
We don't have any. We don't have
No
any.
photos of the
We
dead.
don't have any dead photos.
No dead photos.
Okay.
Crunchy photos?
Well, on the 9th, we lost Ross Perot, whose birthday was on our last episode over there. Which is unfortunate. Bill, it's fine. Have your birthday and
Little
then just
peanut
die
farmer.
shortly after. Peanut farmers.
Wasn't that his thing?
I think so. I don't remember a lot about it.
Yeah, he
I
was a little
remember.
peanut farmer.
I just remember. Can I
No,
finish?
that was
Can I
Jimmy
finish?
Carter.
And then Dana Carvey's little impersonations of him, and then George Bush. It's like, oh my God, these are just miraculous. Should we do real quick before we jump into our segment? Say thanks to some people, or do you want to wait? Should we do that now? Do we have anything involved with this, or I just say hey thanks and stuff? We don't have any images or anything weird, or okay. I'm off track. You know what? We'll wait on it. We'll do that. I want to jump into this. I want to do this because I'm excited about this. Because I do, like I said, we like to travel. I've gone out, my buddy Spoon and I have traveled to the western part of the states. We've gone to Colorado. I've gone with him. We went up to Yellowstone and then Grand Canyon and saw Vegas and stuff. And it's awesome. Traveling is long. Sometimes you need to pit stop. It's obvious. And what better way to pit stop than with a roadside attraction? They get me every time. If there's
Gets the
something
kids to
on
shut
the
up
side,
anyway.
right? Yeah, exactly. We were next to like a giant fan blade, I think.
Oh,
in the
yeah, in
middle of
Iowa.
Yeah, it was
The-
this giant.
The turbine.
Yeah, like
the
40,
turbine
50
blades.
story turbine blade. It was crazy. The thing was huge. And as you drive past in the distance, I mean, they're big.
It's at like that truck stop.
Yeah,
that goes
yeah,
over
it
the
was
highway.
yeah. Truck stops. They're always great for those. Well, if you start on the eastern part of the country, America, they're known for kitsch and just weirdness. Anyways, we're blessed with creative, imaginative people, which is amazing. In New Jersey, they have an elephant, and this elephant has been around for quite some time. It's Lucy. I think in the early 50s, it was built. I think it has like an apartment or a home in it now or something. I've seen it on some.
I think you can go up there.
You can go up there, and it's got one of the legs of storage, but it's got moved from down the road, and they had like this big festival to try to raise money to save it, and they tried to repaint it and keep it constant because some weather deterioration over the years just beat the crap out of that elephant. But it looks good, and that would be cool and enjoyable. Let's remember on what is it, Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Where was it? Where is it?
It's in New Jersey.
Oh.
Remember on Pee-wee's Big Adventure, he goes in the dinosaur?
Yes.
He's up in the dinosaur. I've always wanted to go to one of
The
those weird.
Mechagodzilla?
Yeah, I remember on one of our travels, we were out west, coming through the desert, and there's the bedrock. You come across bedrock. Bedrock's not just on the side of the road in like
Oh,
Arizona
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Flintstones, just roaming free. Speaking of, there it is. Outside of Palm Springs, the town of Cabazon, are two of the most Instagrammed attractions in the United States. The Cabazon dinosaurs, a pair comprised of a 150-foot long brontosaurus and a 65-foot tall T-Rex, made out of concrete and steel. As I mentioned, the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I just want to slide down its back.
Right,
Like
like they do
Flintstone
on the
style.
Flintstones. Yeah, a lot of references in these. But yeah, that was the one that always made me want to go see one of those things. It's just so random and so weird, and that kind of landscape in the desert, you got to see it coming for like miles. Like coming up on it,
See
like,
it overlooking a whole.
you guys, am I seeing dinosaurs? What?
Godzilla.
There's dinosaurs out in that desert. Get out of here. Oregon. This takes you to the Oregon Vortex in Gold Hill, Oregon.
Ooh.
It's an outdoor sculpture installation in Amarillo, Texas. Wait, that's
What?
not right. Gold Hill, Oregon. It's a sight to see for art enthusiasts and classic car connoisseurs. Okay, in the desert, you find a row of brightly painted classic cars positioned nose first into the sand, brightening the otherwise monochromatic landscape.
What?
Yeah,
The right one?
yeah, that's exactly what it says on here too. That's weird. That's not what I think that is. I think that we didn't screw
That
that.
looks like.
Somebody else screwed that up. Oh, here we go. Miles the Monster. Miles is in Dover, Delaware. This one's accurate. This one I know. At the site of the Dover International Speedway in Dover, Delaware, lives a massive rock monster with flame red eyes. While the speedway is less than scenic, posing with this 46-foot tall, car-crushing behemoth guarantees massive entertainment for the whole family. So if you happen to go to Delaware, that's definitely one thing. I would love to go
Oh
see
boy,
that. I
I'm
want
in
to see a
Delaware.
giant monster that crushes cars, though. Come on.
We're in Delaware.
But people have to pass through Delaware for reasons. I'm assuming.
That's the only thing in Delaware.
Do you ever wonder how far religions go just to entertain themselves? I introduced you
Oh,
to
yeah.
the Holy Land.
Yeah.
It's been closed
I'll
for
look
more
into
than
one
30
day.
years. It's the ruins of a Christian theme park known as Holy Land, which I think has been taken over for a few things. Anyways, if you're going through West Waterbury, Connecticut, a little bit of trespassing might be involved. Holy Land is massive 50-foot stainless steel cross you could easily see from the road. But if you want to, get into there, I think that's a lot of graffiti now. And
Bunch of Satanists got in there.
there may
spray
have
painted
been. I think
pentagrams.
somebody else got in there trying to turn it into something else, not related to, loosely related to religion. Either way, it's based on some kind of weird, sacred nonsense that
You
people
silly
get
Christians.
into. However,
Ooh.
moving on to Colorado, which has all kinds of great things in
You
Colorado.
skipped like half the country.
Well, yeah,
Going
you're
from coast
jumping
to
around.
coast.
Well, it's a long drive. Bishop Castle in Rye, Colorado. It's a most private homes. This is a private home. It's a roadside attraction, Bishop Castle. It's owned by Rye native Jim Bishop. It's a wooden stone castle, continually built upon since 1969. He started constructing the house at the age of 15. And now he allows people to just come and
It's like it just started
browse
as like a
through
no
the
girls
room.
allowed fort and turned
Yeah,
into
right. He just started stacking rocks, and then all of a sudden, you got this monstrosity. I mean, there's no real.
That doesn't seem
it doesn't
Structurally
seem...
sound
Structurally,
when you say it like
exactly.
that.
Right. You need some kind of support and foundation, which I'm sure he's worked out, but it looks like it leans. Maybe it's the picture, but it doesn't seem like that tower's in any kind of stability for any reason. Minnesota.
Bundy,
Montana.
Minnesota has the giant.
What's MN? Minnesota or
Minnesota,
Montana?
yeah.
Okay, Minnesota. Minnesota gives you the Jolly Green Giant. A lot of us know this from growing up with Green Giant. It was on the commercials. It was a way for them to eat your peas, and then they had Sprout.
Mm-hmm.
Sprout was a little fella. They even came out with like plush ones, and they tried to market it a little bit.
Like mixed in with he's like in the Fruit of the Loom game.
Right. But there would always be a guy who would dress up and make appearances as Jolly Green Giant.
Or the Hulk.
At some local grocers, but this is in Blue Earth, Minnesota. It's a home to the Jolly Green Giant statue. A reminder of the importance of eating your vegetables.
This man makes me want to eat vegetables.
Yes, this man wearing a loincloth. Some kind of Andre the Giant
halter dress.
Andre the Giant singlet cut into a dress. He's even got wrestling boots. It looks like he may have been like a character for the WWE, like some wrestler at some point.
Kind of looks like feminine Hulk.
What was it?
Feminine.
It's his cousin. Maybe he's got one. Felicity, California is the official center of the world. So they say. Many people are eager to dispute that with what you call facts and science. But that's what they call the city of the world, or the center of the world in Felicity, California. Apparently it's a stone pyramid in the Sonoran Desert. They're claiming that to be the exact center of the world. Right. But yeah, there's a lot of people who could debate that. I guess it depends on which side. I mean, it's round. I don't know what the exact center would be.
Maybe if
on
you're
the top,
flat.
yeah, right, on the equator of some point, or on like one of the poles. Yeah, that's why there's hemispheres and stuff. I mean, I don't get why that. It's like the one that they had that claim of a center of the universe. You can't really pinpoint that exact location on Earth, but people go there all the time. Like, oh, it's the center of the universe.
You know, the Earth, doesn't go around the sun. The sun goes around the Earth.
Right.
It's suspended by scientists in the sky.
I don't know. This is the Enchanted Highway in Regent, North Dakota. It's very enchanted. It's enchanted with a 32-mile stretch of highway lined with scrap metal sculptures depicting everything from flying birds to massive pheasants looking out over the plains.
We have one of those in our freezer.
Enchanted Highway, North Dakota. Yeah, right. Decomposing.
No, it's frozen.
No, he's frozen. No, I don't know what decomposition is. The Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. That would be amazing, just to say that you've been there. Why?
Because clowns.
Because clowns, but that's a great way to get over your fears. And I think they have a clown person who comes out there and I'm pretty sure they full effective. I want to know what the rooms look like. That's what I want to know. Is it just a regular hotel room, except it just says Clown Motel?
Or is clown motifs in it.
Then that's what I'm thinking. That's what I want to know. Just give me an hour. I'll pay for an hour. They got to have rooms by the hour. You know they do.
Gross.
You know they totally do. Anyways, Clown Motel is well worth visiting. Famed for both its terrifying sign and its clown-themed interior, Motel has an equally spooky neighbor, an abandoned graveyard.
Ooh!
See?
That doesn't make it any better.
An abandoned clown graveyard.
How is it an abandoned graveyard?
It's probably not tended to, and it's just been there forever.
Oh, like those ones.
Yeah. That's just.
That would be extra creepy.
Wrought iron fence just around a little patch of dead clowns.
Is it a clown graveyard?
I'm thinking so. If it's clown motif and themed, you would hope your neighbor,
that would be kind
your
of,
neighboring
I would
graveyard would be a
graveyard.
clown graveyard. Well, I mean, there's a clown college in Florida.
Well, yeah.
So why not? Here we have the Farnham Fantasy Farm in Unger, West Virginia, because West Virginia. I don't know what these characters are supposed to depict. A grocer, a bro, horse.
Looks like she's wearing a wrestling helmet.
A UPS guy in a tiny car, a Ford Focus. If you want to look dainty in your photos, there's no better place to pose than the Farnham Fantasy Farm in Unger. That's hard to say. It is home to a collection of massive statues of men, from Santa Claus to surfers, in addition to one solo bikini-clad girl, and that's her. You've seen her. So if you want to see a bunch of giant men in a field, that's where you go, West Virginia. Yeah, there's a variety of reasons not to visit West Virginia, and I live 10, 15 minutes away. I mean, immediately as you cross the border, it's like weird hills. You know what I mean?
like-
there's
I
hills
like
and
driving
mountains
through
in
Virginia.
Virginia, but when you get through West Virginia, it seems darker. You know what I mean? Like Wrong Turn movie darker. Like
Ooh.
any road that you go on, it doesn't matter if
guess
you're
I've always
missing.
driven
All kinds
through
of
it,
weird
like, at
shit
night.
happens in West Virginia. They got aliens and they got abductors and they got weird inbred folks in the hills. It's just
Hillbillies.
it's terrifying. It's a terrifying place, my opinion. Carhenge, Alliance, Nebraska. It replicates the famed Stonehenge sculpture, of course, using junk cars in place of prehistoric stones, because we don't have a lot of those here, I guess. Apparently, you can't get those shipped in, so why not use a bunch of old Chryslers?
Amazon was out.
Amazon cannot get you legendary stones, so you just get them shipped. Local car, I mean, it's neat.
I'd like to see it.
It's
I want to
just
see
one
what
of
kind
those.
of when
Right.
was it built?
Exactly. This was built in. Does not say. Doesn't say. Yeah, just junk cars. I want to know what kind of cars they use.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can see a couple. There's tail fins, like older '50s models and stuff. All right. The UFO Welcome Center is in South Carolina, Bowman, South Carolina. You would think in more Nevada area, but nope.
South Carolina
Bowman,
is pretty
South
scary.
Carolina. This southern town is home to the UFO Welcome Center. UFO replica and scrap metal fence extending a message of friendship to our outer space brethren, which I'm assuming you can only see from space.
Bowman.
Bowman. Yeah. I got a friend named
Yeah.
that. Oh. Hey, yeah, real quick. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break.
The next one's the other shirt.
Okay, we're gonna take a break. But we have shirts. I don't know if you've seen them yet. This is one of our handsome models here
Look
on
at
the
those
screen.
sexy arms.
Yeah, I know. They're good looking. That's a nice base tan he's got going. A 6-year-old girl drew this clown, and then we made it into an image for our show because she's family and I can do that. And then we're out here selling them to you. We've already sold what, 2? So. We're on a roll. We got a few. We want to make more, and we want you to have them. At least, show some support to your old pal Punky and Space Wife and stuff. And my child, who does amazing artwork. Look at that clown.
Good job,
It's
Paige.
gorgeous. Good job, Paige. She does great. And, of course, we also have the other one that I designed, which I designed most of them, for the exception of drawing the clown. Anyways, Pac-Man. It's an arcade cabinet, and it looks great. I wear it all the time.
Makes great gifts.
It makes great
for-
gifts for the nerd in your life. We try to stick to nostalgia themes and stuff like that. We got Teddy Ruxpin drawings, and I got all kinds of stuff to work with. So we want to do the shirts, so we want you to invest and take the time. All right? That's all I could ask. So, that being said,
Thanks to people.
thanks to people. And I do want to thank a lot of people before we get into our sponsor, not sponsor, Pucks. Andy has been a great support to me, and he's been awesome. Just not in my life, but of course his Pucks, and he's supportive of the show, and it's great. And I love his beverage. I'm enjoying a Jack this morning. Hair of the dog, as it would be. And it's cool and it's refreshing, and you can get it all throughout Michigan. So thanks to them. Tardy's Collector's Corner. Always Eastern and
That's where I got the shirt.
Eastern and Burton. She got her Sweet Zombie shirt from at one of their sidewalk sales, which they've been doing. It's summertime. It's nice. And before they take off to San Diego, make sure and go see them and get all your comic needs. Somebody will be there to man the store, but they got to go do big nerd vacations.
It's extra fun.
It is extra fun. Retro Rags, Motu Joe, all the stuff he's got going on, his toys and things like that. Yeah, he's always doing cool stuff, and he always does fun things with toys and action figures, and super proud of all the stuff he's got going on. So check him out. And Big Vision Custom Printing, who did these lovely shirts that I just showed you. So thanks to them. We'll thank a bunch of other people and stuff. We'll get to our break. We'll check out with Pucks. We'll hear some music from Wedge. Dirt Chili? No, just Wedge. We doing Wedge this week? We'll do Wedge. Why not? All right, we'll be back.
At Schaefer Orchards, our hard cider is so good, it pours itself. Don't believe me? Oh, I got you. Puck cider.
Hi, we're back. That was music from Wedge. Thanks to them for, I guess they let us use it. I don't know. Nobody's turned it off yet. So, good for them. I am Uncle Punky. We are going through some of the states in our nation as we travel without leaving the house. A staycation, if you will, to roadside attractions. And there's lots of them all around the country. I have some favorites. I mean, I know Michigan's actually got a couple of them. They got a couple weird ones. I know my mom's got a favorite on this list, which I'm sure I'll cover at some point in time. She talked to me about actually the other day.
The giant ball of yarn.
The ball of twine. Ball of twine, more specifically. And I don't even remember where we left off. We are at the Hood Milk Bottle. And this is in Boston, Massachusetts. It is a giant milk bottle. That's it. That's it. It's large over Congress Street, attracting countless visitors each year in the New England city of Boston, who apparently really like milk from the hood.
Hood milk.
It's hood milk. Come get your milk.
Government milk.
Y'all want some milk? What kind? Hood milk. I figured you might like this one.
Is it a muskie?
It looks like a giant muskie. It's the world's largest fish
muskie.
statue. National Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame is one of the most recognizable ocean dwellers. Before you enter the Hall of Fame, you encounter the biggest fish statue in the world, an open-mouthed muskie that stands a staggering 4 stories tall.
Oh, you can go in his mouth.
Yeah, you can go climb right up in a giant fish. I bet you Jeremy Wade loves that place. He's there all the time. That's got like that's like his vacation home. I can stay in a giant muskie. I pull these out of the river all the time. And catfish. Damn catfish.
Is that your best Jeremy Wade impression?
No, I got better ones. The Biosphere 2 in Oracle, Arizona. Pretty much just like Biodome. It's a University of Arizona owned research facility. It's a stunning mixture of glass-encased pyramids, domes, and observatories resembling the set of a sci-fi movie, or the movie Biodome, with Pauly Shore and one of the Baldwins. Daniel?
Stephen Baldwin?
Stephen? Maybe. One of the Baldwins. Anyways, that's an actual place where they grow the crops, and they have, you know...
You get sealed in for
I-
2 years?
It was originally for?
I'm assuming it's for the basic biosphere purposes of living within this sphere contained from society or the outside world. I mean, that's kind of what they were for.
So that we could live on the moon.
Right. Yeah. That way when we go and travel and live on the moon. We're not going to do that. World's largest garden gnome. He's in Kerhonkson, New York. Small town of Kerhonkson, New York.
Kerhonkson?
Yeah. Noam Chomsky, who stands 13.5 feet tall, his red hat rising over the area's rolling green hills. Before you book your trip to Kerhonkson or Kalamazoo, yeah, they mentioned Kalamazoo, but we're not near New York. Kalamazoo that's south of us in Grand Rapids. That makes no sense at all. This site's dumb. I'm using the site, by the way. This is how we do this. It's not rocket science. A hole in the rock is a hole in the rock in the Moab Desert of Moab Desert in Utah. Moab, Utah, matter of fact. It's a compromise of 5,000 square feet home carved into a rock face, a zoo, art exhibits, general store, memorial to the home builders, Albert and Gladys Christensen. So it's more than just this sign. I mean, there's living and there's a zoo right there in the desert in this rock.
There's a zoo under...
I don't know. I don't think it's underground. That's probably where that little elephant thing is. I see an elephant. Anyways.
rocks.
Yeah, well, that's kind of your thing. You like that stuff. You like rocks. And you like holes in rocks. That means fossils. I know what that means. Don't mess with me. If you want to go and maybe zen out for a little bit on your drive, you can go to the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is in Montana. Garden of 1,000 Buddhas in Arley, Montana.
A state known
A
for
bucolic-
its very large Buddhist colony.
Apparently. A bucolic paradise in the hilly Montana countryside. It's a lush garden and 1,000 stone sculptures. Yeah. Nice chunk of serenity out there. I mean, it's beautiful out there. It's Montana. It's just very vast and open.
Very zen.
Yeah, you can do like 800 miles an hour on the highways. Yeah, I don't think they have speed limits out in some of those roads out there still.
Only at night.
Only at night?
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, there's some that there's no speed limits. They're just like, go on. It's Montana. You got plenty of it
We
to
have
cover.
like 6 cops in
Yeah.
the whole state.
Hit it
Right.
elk,
We can't-
hit it
Right.
elk at 60 miles an hour and tell me what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. I don't want to hit an elk at any miles per hour. You can say moolah at House Cave, New York. This is the Secret Caverns. So secret. They put it on this website. Now in 3D. I know, right? I'm enticed
What?
already. New York is one of the capital region's most hyped sites. In addition to popular spelunking spot, House Caverns, the town of House Cave is also home to the Secret Caverns, which contains a 100-foot waterfall and is famous for the hand-painted signs leading to the landmark from all directions. So, one of the best parts of
The
it
not so secret caverns.
are the signs, apparently.
They do
and then-
kind of look like freak show posters.
But there is a big waterfall inside the cavern. So that's kind of neat. I mean, that would be cool to
Is
see.
it as many signs as Crazy Kaplan's?
Ooh, I don't know.
Probably not,
They got a lot. But still,
no
New York,
way. There's no.
New York's
nobody
not far from us.
advertises more.
Yeah, we had 15. I think we counted 15.
That was just
Jesus Christ.
started counting.
No, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ of the Ozarks in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
He's so
of
white.
course, because it's Arkansas. He rises 66 feet over the small city is the Christ of the Ozarks, a massive statue of Jesus with his arms outstretched. That is, without a doubt, the area's most highly sought-after attraction, and probably the only attraction in Arkansas, besides racism. Foamhenge. Because you have a car henge, you got a Stonehenge. Why not foam? Natural Bridge, Virginia. Natural Bridge, Virginia is home to the Foamhenge, a foam replica of the famed prehistoric site, built by artist Mark Klein in 2004. You could probably easily move it.
There's probably a cheese henge in Wisconsin.
You think
Deer henge in Michigan.
Oh my God, it's made out of antlers. Terrifying. Just bones and antlers. Yeah, right. I don't know.
It's made of pure venison.
Right, made out of cherries.
Yummy.
Whatever Michigan has to offer.
Fantastic, yummy.
Right. Grandfather cuts loose the ponies. That is what it's called. Vantage, Washington.
We're free.
You might find yourself in the presence of more than a dozen metal horses riding along a hillside. Grandfather Cuts Loose the Ponies consists of 15 life-size steel horses made by artist David Govedare. They were installed on the hillside in 1990. Yeah. At first, you look, you're like, oh, well, that's horses. Nope, those aren't real horses. That's just a bunch of metal horses.
Did time freeze? What happened?
A time froze. They all got turned to metal. Alaska. Alaska's known for things.
Moose.
And whales.
Bears.
Cold
Eskimos.
and igloos. Because Eskimos live in igloos.
They
You
don't.
were getting there. We were building up to it. It was intended for use as a hotel in Cantwell, Alaska. Igloo City become the town's most perplexing attraction. It never opened for business.
Looks-
Concrete igloo is colorful sign and
real
remains
cozy.
to this day. Still there. It's just an igloo that houses nothing. And it look,
No
yeah, see, look, it
Eskimos
even
in
says
sight.
igloo. There's a little sign. Maybe there's a gas station next to it. I don't know. Yeah, not a single Eskimo or bear or moose or elk. Disappointing. Here we have Anstead, West Virginia. The Mystery Hole.
Giggity.
The Mystery Hole is similar to the Oregon Vortex. Plenty of natural wonder and kinds of stuff. Objects seem to roll in the opposite direction of gravity. Water flows uphill. Optical illusions.
Oh yeah.
We have one
Yeah.
similar in Michigan, which is unfortunately not on this list. Michigan has a mystery town.
I think it's Mystery
Spot.
No, they also have a
Mystery
mystery
spot.
town,
Yeah.
which is like this. It's expanded beyond the mystery spot. It's like this really cool area that's just up by the. It's up by the bridge. I think it's up before the bridge. Matter of fact, so that is one that we will be visiting. Not going to the West Virginia one because I'm sure that's full of murderers. Here you are, Mom. World's largest ball of twine, Cocker City, Kansas.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yep. That's right. If you happen to get into Cocker City, C-A-W-K, Cocker, like the cock
Here.
gun. Yeah. The city is home to the world's largest ball of twine, which has become a participatory event.
That coconut.
Each year, locals and visitors come around and wrap some more twine. It's not really more of a ball; it's more of a dome
Yeah.
at this point.
That's not
One
that
person's.
interesting.
It's really not. I mean, it's not even that big. It's about a garage size, so it's not like it's.
Oh, it's the world's largest ball of string. That's the one that's in Bundy, Minnesota.
Oh,
I learned
wow,
that from
Bundy,
Drop Dead
Minnesota.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that one. The Beer Can House, Houston, Texas, of course, because they got to do things big, and they like to drink. So why not combine the two into a beer can house? It really looks like he just put beer top streamers coming from his awning of
It's-
some kind. It's
It's like
adorned,
sequins.
right? It's sequined. It's like a chandelier out front. It's adorned with a staggering 50,000 beer cans, which are used to line the roof and walls. Oh, crushed cans are even used as decoration, with garlands of can tops swinging from the home's exterior.
Recycle, folks.
That's really the message here, and boy, did they do it ever. I mean, is it one of those states where they can throw away cans? You know what I mean? Like they don't have.
No, they don't have a deposit.
Yeah, they probably don't have a deposit, so they're not really wasting anything. Like around here, that's gas money and some groceries. You don't mess around and stuff. You don't make a house out of it. That's crazy. Just buy the house.
It's money.
Yeah, you're gonna need to turn in the cans just in order to live in the house. So pay your mortgage and rent. The world's largest teapot. Apparently, West Virginia is the place to be for nonsense. Because of all the backwoods locals and stuff. But it's a 12-foot tall, 44-foot wide teapot that calls
there tea in
a
it?
field a home in Chester. No.
See, then why?
Because it looks like a teapot.
Make it a teapot. If
Like
you're
in
gonna call
Ohio-
it a teapot, you gotta hold. It's gotta have tea in it.
Longaberger basket in Ohio. I just live down the road from it, and their building is a giant basket. I don't think it's filled with a bunch of tiny other baskets. They may have baskets within the premises. However, it's
A basket is not supposed to hold other baskets. A basket holds things.
Well-
A teapot holds tea.
well, maybe they have a little tea maker inside. Maybe it's a little.
Baskets are also things, so a basket can hold baskets.
See, I'm saying she's just making it complicated. You're
Good.
complicating things. This is the Georgia Guidestones. What do they
Ah.
guide you to? Yes, we've heard about these. Yep.
Yeah.
37 years, Elbert County, Georgia, has been home to the Georgia Guidestones, a roadside attraction that regularly draws visitors from around the globe. Comprised to 6 pieces of granite, bearing 10 guidelines for living. Strange monument is worth going off the beaten path for. However, a cult put it there. So you could go see it, and you could believe all the words and the other
Isn't there,
stuff,
like, a
but
hole
it's
in it
not
and you see
finished. Yeah,
it
there's like
points in a certain direction, and you
certain
can
lights
see the
and
sun
there's
I don't know.
crevices that supposedly something's supposed to happen, and it's based on a cult. So there's a backstory. They got like a plaque that tells you about it, but don't
Right.
believe the hype. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I remember what it was. Flat Earthers.
Oh,
Flat Earthers.
it was Flat Earthers. I think it was. No,
Yeah.
it was some
Because I
cult
saw it on.
maybe
there
built
was a
around
documentary.
that.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
but it was basically somebody had a big idea and they thought that was the way to go by building a monument that no one's ever going to go see. What is it?
The Thing.
Is it the thing?
You can't grab it.
Is this what Mike Patton was singing about all those years ago in Faith No More?
Is it a creepy alien that eats dogs and turns them into weird spider
Well,
creatures and?
This says, long before you arrive in Dragoon, Arizona, nice, you'll see signs along the highway alerting you to the presence of the thing. The attraction, made up of striped metal sheds, is actually home to a number of truly strange items. This includes a Rolls Royce the attraction's owner claims was once ridden by Adolf Hitler, like in the movie Rat Race. Okay? As well as mummified mother and child. And the next time, you're going to make sure you want to go to Dragoon to see what the thing is. They don't directly tell you
I
what.
want to see a
They
picture
can't
of the
tell
thing.
you. Why would they tell you what it is?
This is a mystery. Now,
This
where
is
do
a
we gotta go?
mystery.
Where's
This is Dragoon, Arizona.
Arizona.
We have to go to Dragoon, Arizona. All right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna go do that.
I need to know what the
Actually,
thing
no.
is.
That's our last slide. You know what? We're gonna do a sequel to this because we're gonna get some of our own, and there are many, many, many more that it would honestly occupy too much of our day. Going down those strange rabbit holes like we like to do. So on that note, we need to move into the avoidance corner because the avoidance corner today actually has to do with travel and roadside attractions, which are also called tourist traps. Exactly that. Tourist Trap is a strange film. There you go. That's one of the covers for it. It's strange. They made fun out of it on the Riff Tracks guys, the guys from Mystery Science Theater and all that, and it's supposed to be a terrifying thriller about this guy who uses mannequins and props. Some of them are a lie, but it tries to be more of a psychological thriller. The acting is poor. I think it has to do with some guy on a CB radio. I'm pretty sure there's a CB radio in there, which the guy was seemed much more interested in than any of the other shenanigans going on.
Sounds like you've actually avoided this.
The weird baby noise. I remember that weird. It's got some weird baby noise that comes out of like some of the weird mannequins and stuff that this guy has on his property. It's odd, and then people wind up getting murdered, and it's one of those pointless films. Like we watched Octoman over the holiday, and it's just there's no resolve to it. You know what I mean? They do all these things in this movie, and they're fighting this creature, but there's no resolve. There's nothing. It just gets away. It's pointless. Any of the
final
adventure
episode of Sopranos.
Yeah, it's like all the adventure up to that meant nothing.
Answer any of my questions.
To anyone. thanks for leaving me hanging.
Happened
So,
to
yeah,
little
tourist
baby
trap.
octopus that were squeaking
Yeah, right,
and flopping
right.
around in the grass.
Nobody knows. Who knows? They were praying for a sequel.
That has absolutely
God
nothing
only
to do
knows.
with
But Tourist Trap, no, it doesn't. Watch it, Rift. It's always my suggestion. But take it in if you just want to see something that you assume any child imagination could come up with and do better. Honestly, it's that bad. So yeah, avoid it at all costs.
I will. Thanks
I'm
for
not sure you
advice.
will. Now I'm gonna make you watch it when we get
Well,
home.
then don't put
No,
in the
it's too
avoidance
late. No,
corner.
that was for them, not for you. That's you can't, because if you're gonna be part of the show, you got to put in the work, and that's part of it. We want to continue thanking people as we exit into our big finale here, our season finale, as it would be, with all of our guest stars. Come on in, everybody. No, we don't have guest stars.
Oh.
We can't afford that kind of thing, and that's timing and phone calls I don't want to make. But our friends Comic Signal, they let us come into their establishment, and it was awesome. I don't know what are you doing? Oh, that's just in time for the end. Big thanks to Comic Signal for letting us come out. Fandom Files, they were great. Buy more toys. Go out and buy more of his toys. He went out and bought some more toys so you can buy his toys. See how that works? Yeah. A little give and take. Break Room Therapy, go smash things with them because they're fantastic. Dawn and
But
her husband
abide
David.
by the rules.
But abide by the rules. Don't go breaking 1.5 inch thick glass like some of their patrons have done recently. Anyways, point being, go break stuff that you can. Don't break their stuff. It's hard to
Break
say.
your own stuff.
Yeah, break your own stuff. You can bring in stuff to break. Either way, go see Dawn and her husband. They're great people, and they're out there with the 501st all the time. They're doing that stuff. So big thanks to them. They gave us the 411 on the Joliet trip. Going out to the Star Wars event, and that's really cool. And of course, they're always doing stuff with the Children's Hospital, with the night lights, and it's a good cause. If you want to get involved, find them on any social media outlet. They are everywhere. You can find them on ours. We're friends. We're all friends with them, so they're great people. Tim Stremlow, he's been a co-host and he's been a guest, and we can't thank him enough, and all his Hot Wheels nonsense and car stuff. And Dawn, David, her husband, Jim Lowry, of course, came in with Dawn with the 501st. We want to make sure and say hi to him and thanks. Kelly Melberg, a very good friend of ours, known forever because he's old.
Professor of vinyl.
Professor of Vinyl, honestly. I think that should be his title when he comes back. We're going to talk music again. He's got to come back.
Yeah.
We got to talk about all kinds of. We'll talk about Funko Pops. We got to do a Funko Pop show because we have.
No, we don't.
Honestly, no. Between the production staff's got a good collection. Kelly's got an awesome collection. We know a lot of people with good collections of them. So even my teenager Chancey's got some. He's got a bunch of them. Well, he does. I don't know if he does anymore. Anyways, Addison Benek, who's doing amazing things with his Psycho 8 movie, which will be coming here to film at some point in time, but he's still out doing trauma stuff, and he's filming for that, and he's doing his rainy day episodes, and check out everything that he does, because he is amazing, and he is funny, and he's such a laid-back, cool guy. So, Julie Rashak, who was our local paranormal investigator, connoisseur of the dead. Oh, that's probably not a title. So we got to come out with her. We got to do that tour because now she's got right, connoisseur of the dead. She's got a bus now. I heard she got a bus, so we can go. We got to do the tour with her. She got to take us on a tour. We got to see stuff about her town and scary stuff. We got to do it. Gavin, oh my God, Gavin of Tardy's, Deanna of Tardy's, the Tardy's staff, everybody over there are fantastic.
Best hugs ever.
The best hugs ever. Of course, Gavin and Deanna are just they're super and they're awesome, and they're close friends and family now. Oh yeah. Chad Michael Campbell, Tyler Joseph Mays. They both. I don't know if they insist on me using all three of their names because it sounds kind of serial killer-ish. Like I'm gonna see them in the paper at some point in time.
John Wayne Gacy.
We're gonna talk to them. Yeah, John Wayne Gacy. We're gonna have to go over that with them. Just cut it back. Chad Campbell, Tyler Mays. You guys know who you are. Everybody else knows who you are. Alamo Studios. Those guys are they're fantastic.
Thanks for putting us in the
Joe.
movie.
Joe has been on our show. Joe does the Googling and helps.
Come
me with
on down, Joe.
helps me with the presentations and getting all the images for the show and stuff, and does a lot for us. So, and also Cook. That's his new title, specifically Cook. Andy Schaefer with Puck Schneider, Chris Schaefer, all the Schaefers, the Schaefer family cider company, the whole lot of them, for letting us live in their house. One, and just for all the stuff he does to help support and get us to the show, which is nice. Space Wife, you're supportive of me when I started doing this with Roger, which I do want to thank Roger because he did help me get this off the ground, wherever he may be. Who knows? He may come back someday.
He's fighting crime.
We'll say he's fighting crime, or I don't know, cockfights in New Mexico. He's doing something with his life. He's busy. It's fine. We'll get him back eventually. He's got to have a slow period in his life, so
No, he's not
we'll get
taking
him
my
in.
spot now.
No,
Come
never
on
mind.
now.
Okay, well, I guess you got to fight for it. Not gonna happen. You'll lose. Thanks to the lady upstairs. Thanks, Mom, for letting us do the show in the
Thanks,
basement.
Mom.
We appreciate it, Ella. She's been magnificent to us because she lets us screw around in the basement and
Run up a
Really?
$700 a month.
$700,
bill.
electric bills with all the power and stuff. So thanks for that. We appreciate it. And anybody, Chuck, we appreciate you for also letting me in your basement and help me do this show. We've been friends for way too long. It could change anytime now, but we're gonna come back strong with a second season.
After Labor Day.
After Labor Day?
Yep.
After Labor Day it is. I say strong, so we'll see how that
We
goes.
will not be wearing white.
No, I'm done the whole time, every episode, all white suit. That's what's gonna happen.
Leisure suit.
Right, or just a green one. We can project green screen stuff onto it. It'll be fun. But no, we're gonna go to more places. We're gonna do more things, Storytime adventures, and we're gonna come hard in the second season. Hopefully, you'll come back and support us, buy shirts, invest time in my show, share and subscribe. Get us where you can. All right. On behalf of Space Wife, the crew. We'll see you soon. All right. Have fun. Be safe.
Cheers.
Bye.